Sports Authority Inc., formerly the Sports Authority, was an American sports retailer that was headquartered in Englewood, Colorado. At its peak, Sports Authority operated 463 stores in 45 states and Puerto Rico. The company's website was on the GSI Commerce platform and supported the retail stores as well as other multi-channel programs. A joint venture with Aeon Co. Ltd. operates Sports Authority stores in Japan over a licensing agreement. The Sports Authority Inc. was founded in Lakes Mall in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, by a syndicate of venture capital groups and several key founding executives. Jack A. Smith, formerly COO of Herman's World of Sporting Goods CEO, Roy M. Cohen, Senior Vice President and General Merchandiser Manager, Richard Lynch, Senior Vice President and CFO, and Arnold Sedel, Vice President of Stores Operations, were the founding executives. The venture capital syndicate was led by William Blair Venture Partners and included First Chicago Venture Partners, Bain Capital, Phillips Smith Venture Partners, Marquette Venture Partners, and Bessemer Securities. The Sports Authority Inc. opened its first store in November 1987 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In 1990, Kmart acquired the company. At the time of acquisition, Kmart had opened 2 sporting goods stores in Metro Detroit under the Sports Giant name and converted these stores to the Sports Authority name. 5 years later, the Sports Authority had expanded to 136 stores in 26 states and was spun off from parent Kmart. Its headquarters were in Lauderdale Lakes near Fort Lauderdale. Gart Sports merged with Sports Authority. Gart Sports, which also operated Oshman's and Sportmart, completed a merger of equals with Sports Authority on August 4, 2003. At the time of its merger with Gart Sports Company, the Sports Authority was the largest full-line sporting goods retailer in the United States and had 205 stores in 33 states. The combined company took the Sports Authority name. With the merger, each share of Sports Authority was exchanged with 0.37 shares of Gart Sports, which gave investors in each about 50% of the new merchant. The new company was based in Englewood, Colorado, which was the home of Gart Sports. As of May 2006, the remaining stores that were not operating under the Sports Authority name were rebranded to the Sports Authority name. Let's discuss some of the key factors behind the demise of Sports Authority below. There are 4 reasons why Sports Authority is on the decline. 1. Competition and brand differentiation. 2. E-commerce presence. 3. Failure to recognize trends. And 4. Debt. Competition and brand differentiation. Sports Authority suffered intense competition from Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, Target, and Amazon, with the latter taking market share away from many big box retailers. Competition from omni-channel merchants and individual brands such as Nike was also high. This made it exceedingly difficult for the underdeveloped Sports Authority brand to stand out. E-commerce presence. Although not alone, Sports Authority failed to capitalize on the growing e-commerce movement. The company was unable to compensate for its lack of online presence, with hundreds of physical stores in dire need of a refresh. Customers also complained of high store prices, with the company not honoring coupons for popular brands. As a result, customers went online to competitors with greater product ranges, price transparency, and convenience. Failure to recognize trends. The company also failed to identify and capitalize on trends. One example was the so-called athleisure trend of casual wear inspired by workout clothing. Competitors such as Lululemon and Under Armour quickly gained market share, with Dick's Sporting Goods and Nike joining later. Each company offered a blueprint for success that Sports Authority was not interested in replicating. Lack of innovative thinking. In an interview about the downfall of Sports Authority, brand and strategy consultant Lee Peterson was critical of the lack of vision at the corporate level. Anytime you see a company move slowly on trends, it's usually a lack of leadership, which creates bureaucracy, which creates stagnation. I know Sports Authority opened some new look stores with interesting names, but when you went inside, there was actually nothing new. The lack of forward thinking limited the company's ability to identify trends and develop a strong and recognizable brand. Debt. Another factor that hindered the flexibility of the company was debt. Through a series of mergers and acquisitions, Sports Authority took on a mountain of debt that it would struggle to repay. In 2006, the company was sold to Leonard Green and Partners. Typical of such a deal, the private equity firm then placed the debt it had incurred in making the purchase back on Sports Authority. In March 2016, it failed to make a $20 million debt repayment and then declared bankruptcy 2 months later. When it filed for bankruptcy in March, the company said it would close only 140 of its 450 stores. But when it failed to reach a deal with creditors and lenders, it announced it would sell all its assets. Still, there was some hope that it might find a buyer who could keep the chain running. Details about when the remaining stores will shut down were not disclosed in the filing. At the time of its bankruptcy, filling the stores were 14,500 employees, nearly 2/3 of whom were part-time. Someone who wants to shop in a brick-and-mortar store and try on the baseball glove or get the feel of a golf club wants a better shopping experience, said Larry Perkins of Sierra Constellation Partners, an expert in retail reorganizations. That's not Sports Authority anymore. So, that's the end of the video. We are curious to know your thoughts about the decline of Sports Authority. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Make sure to like the video and share the video with your loved ones. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the notification bell to get instant notification for our future uploads. Until the next one, take care.